Well, this is just an ad hoc video. I have really no idea how I want to start. So sometimes you just have to start. You can't really script these things. Hello MGTOW, hello man. March 6, 2017, I get a Facebook request from a girl I've loved for 26 years, 27 years. And took all of my red pill knowledge, swallowed it down hard, kept it with me, and said, I'm in love and I'm doing it. I remember even saying to one of my good mates, who is, just about on the verge of kind of saying, you're kind of being crazy. And I went, don't. Do not get in my way on this. And it's hard because you don't want to block your friends out of that. You want their input. But this was mine. And I was taking it. It was also really great sex with a beautiful woman that can still be a girl and has no problem putting a dress on. She doesn't do that often. She's very thrifty. Just wears whatever. She's kind of a skid. And not the pejorative term. Easy to get along with. Calm, stoic, made me smile, made me laugh, was sexy. Had this voice that's still high, even at 41, which a lot of them don't have that left. She's still feminine, even though she's a person first. She had forgotten what it was like to be a girl, really. I showed her a lot of things. She taught me a lot of things too. But her most important lesson was that I'm awesome. Now, of course, gentlemen, you know Briefalt's law and hypergamy and how it all kind of ties together. You understand female nature as I do. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say I ain't the thinking ape. I ain't Stardust, even Howard Dare. We've all got our different approaches and angles on it, but I get it. I get it so well. That the red pill rage is devastating, but I get it. And it is comforting to know that it's not your fault. Because when they just leave, all they had was leaving. Now just imagine you're a woman for a moment and you do realize in some sort of way that there are advantages and disadvantages to each gender, but they're not the boss. We are. They know. They hate it. That's why they try and exert and control whatever way they can. This one, I pretty much said straight to her, let me lead and follow, and this will be fun. It doesn't mean all the time. It doesn't mean always be sitting there waiting for your next whatever, sign, signal, command, request. It just means just put the stuff that you think that a man is supposed to be, it is. Let me do it, and I'll show you what we do. And she did. Of course, they can still control, because all a woman has to do is just vaguely even be like, I really like sour cream. And then the next thing you know, you've got that in your mind, and you try and figure, okay, what are we going to do? They know that they do that. They know they have that power. And they love that service. But it's not enough to make them stay. It's not. But here's why. Imagine you're a woman and you have to love the boss now. It's not just the boss, or it's not just somebody you love. It's both. Now you've basically got a boss. This is why I don't invite, when you get a girlfriend or whatever the hell it is, you're basically inviting a boss into your house, is how they look at it. And I don't do that. I'm the boss. And now they have to love you. And that's, how do you love the boss? You can fuck the boss. But do they really love the boss? And just like with a job, once the job is done, then you're going, oh, we could have a raise, all that sort of stuff. Then it's like, nah, I'm just going to go back to my kids because that's where they are the boss. Everybody wants to be the boss, and the only thing they're the boss of is the children. Now, this girl didn't leave to go fuck somebody else. She didn't leave for drugs. She didn't do any of that. That's not her. She's not a slut by any fucking stretch. She is one of the most virtuous women I've ever met in my life. Probably the most virtuous, honorable, and all of that sort of stuff. But when it comes down to leaving, that's all they have. Now think about your dog for a minute. If you ever had a dog, and your dog, well, when they're puppy, whatever, they get away. But once they've, over the years, and then they get sort of trained and stuff, and the dog is behaving pretty much how you expect that dog to behave, pretty much like 98% of the time. That's totally true of this case. But the extra 2% of the time is when you start to trust the dog a little bit more, and you let him off leash or whatever, and he's looking at you, and he starts to walk over to the fence, and then he's, okay, he's going to go for a pee, right? So he's allowed to go for a pee, so he's peeing. And then he's, okay, you're not doing anything, so it's like, okay. So they go over to this other spot, and they keep going a little bit further. And then once they see this little opportunity where there's like a corner, they can just kind of go around, and just hope that you're not really going to notice or say anything. And maybe they wait until you're distracted, which is usually what the case is, and then they go around the corner. So you go, wait, what? What the fuck? And then they want you to go kind of after them, and then they get, oh yeah, see, and now he's still paying attention, and then they can either try and walk away, and you go, come here, and they're looking at you, and you go, come here, and then they look, and then they look away and act like they're going to hold on for a little bit longer, and then you go, get over here. They distracted you, put you in a place they shouldn't have. They know they're not supposed to be doing that. They did it for attention. But the dog is a dog. The human female, my dog doesn't have a mother's house to go to. Human females, as long as they have a mother, they do. Like the parents will always bring a daughter home. And a son too, but that's really just for resource and utility. The mother just wants him to be there to sit there and take care of her. But with the girls, it's like they want to be with them and talk and they don't realize how selfish they're being to their daughter. But again, they're a woman too, and they're fucking nuts. And kids are the only thing that they have any power or control over in this world. So, getting a little bit back on point from that little sort of segue is when all you have is leaving. They don't sit down and go, okay, well, because they don't have any reasons to actually leave. You've done nothing wrong. You've done everything pretty much right. And they want attention can come from negative things too. They like positive attention. Hi, how are you? You look really pretty today. But they also they like negative. They want to see some pushback too. And they want to see you kind of, hey, worry about them because they want to be needed by you. They want to be wanted by you. And then all they have is leaving. They can't say, even if money's tight, they can. That's on their mind. We're allowed to think about money. We need it, and all those other things. But even when that's all pretty much in order, and you're gonna make it, it's gonna be fucking tight for a little bit. We're gonna make it, especially if we pool our stuff together and fucking try and go in a direction. But they don't follow very well either. Like a dog will, but then they start sniffing around and you, oh, that's exciting. Wow, what's over there? Oh, she's pretty hot. I said that to her one night, and she went, yeah, and I'm like. Ooh. It's about experiences and emotions and the moment. It's what makes a dog work. But the dog comes back. And they usually come back. They go, they come back, they go, they come back. My girl went and came back 3 times. The 4th time she went. But there's a pretty good chance she's not coming back. She's already dead. She's got cancer. She doesn't have much time. she's going to now go throw herself on the altar of her children, because she knows the ultimate sin was she brought him into the world, yeah. She brought him up safe, yeah. But she killed them too. And if they look around, and we've had this conversation, and look around at how the world is treating especially the men, she feels pretty bad about it. It's a pretty sad future for most men. They know this. It is not lost on them. And they know that the power and controls and the free money that they can get. They know all of this stuff. And when someone is offering you free, just to be able to just go there and sit, you can just sit there. You just don't even really have to talk to them, but you might enjoy it. You sit there and their sex drops off very quickly. It comes and goes in the cycles that it does. There are 3 main cycles in a woman's life: right before they're 20, right before they're 30, and right before they're 40s. Give or take a few years in either direction. And then plus there's the monthly cycles and all this sort of stuff. And there's some higher cycles in between, but those are really big ones. Those are existential cycles in a woman's life. And when that happens to them, they want it so bad that their testosterone goes up and they want to fuck, but it's their body telling them, get pregnant. My uterus is screaming at them. Their uterus is screaming at them to get some DNA in. They don't really realize this. They're overcome with, I want you in the worst way, she said. Good. But that fades, and then there's the testing, the negative, what's going on, and then there's the insatisfaction of, and the missing of things, and because they want sort of everything all at the same time, and they really can't have it, and it's like, it really, at least she can like have both, but no, all they have is leaving, so then they leave. And you're wondering what's going on. Well, this one didn't kick my head in and make it feel like it was all me. She was pretty clear, it wasn't you at all, you're awesome. But that's not enough. It never is. And that really is what Brifalt's law and hypergamy is. Some have hypergamy at higher levels than other ones. This one's is very low, but that doesn't mean that it's not there. Hypergamy wasn't this time going to select a better man. Her hypergamy was, okay, I'm done with all of this. I've left him. I'm not going back over there. Her husband. She left me. They weren't letting her see the kids, which is exactly what they needed to do to make her fucking go, where the fuck are the kids? We were real close on the legal paperwork and stuff. Probably too close, which also made her go, oh, because you're about to deliver on all your promises, and they can't really let you do that. Because then they'd have to sit there and go, holy shit, he's done everything, given everything to and for me, and yet I'm still not satisfied. And then they feel bad, so they have to leave before you can complete the mission. And it's not your fault. It's their nature. Combine that with the way the nurturing that they receive their whole lives, and you get a fucking disaster waiting to happen. Now, sometimes they're so crazy, they'll fucking push you off a roof. Sometimes, all they got, he's leaving. So, them's the facts, those are the breaks, that's the rub. Fucking, what a fucking life, eh? Because they don't love us the way we love them. They really don't care. They care, but not like that. They don't lay down their lives, metaphorically even, for us. They do not. That's for their children. And then they take it to this selfish level because her kids are grown up enough. Mom still needs to be in their life, but not mommy in them. And she's going, I'm not mommy in them, I'm just, and it's like, yeah, I know, but you are throwing yourself on the altar of your children in some sort of I'm on the cross sort of fucking thing. I'm such a faulted person. I did all these things, and it's just like, oh, fuck. Your husband was a dog and treated you like shit. He didn't love you, I did. But that's not enough. A woman doesn't want the love from him. They do, the love, the attention, the affection, the validation. But that's not enough to keep them. It is enough to keep us, and they know it, and they don't care, because once they start feeling like they don't really want to, then what you want doesn't matter. And if they keep fucking you, after that, it's really just a transaction, and they're really just going, all right, I'll let them fuck me. And I don't want that either. So, unfortunately, you can only really just either be a simping dog waiting for them to leave, or you can be the alpha and know they're going to. But when that's all you got, it ain't much.